Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I've made it to Big Bend National Park. It's a large national park here in West Texas, and there are basically three main areas of the park. There's the Chisos Basin, which is in the center of the park, which goes way up into the mountains. And then there's the Santa Elena / Castellon area in the southwestern area of the park. And then the third area is Rio Grande Village in the southeast area. And that's where I'm at now. And this is the only place that I'm going to make a video of, mainly because it's right at the Rio Grande. And I was here 3 years ago. It's been a whole week, and I videoed all of the areas of the park. So I'll put a link in my description below the video here of the other videos if you want to see more about what it's like here in Big Bend National Park. So I'm going to show you around this Rio Grande Village area, starting with the map that's right behind me. Let me show you exactly where we are and what's here to see. There's basically 5 points of interest in the Rio Grande Village area. One is the hot springs, which is a very interesting, it used to actually be a community with a hot springs business going on. There's a gravel road that goes down to it. And then this is where I am at the visitor center. So there's things along here to see. And then over here where it says Port of Entry, this is where you can actually go into Mexico. There's not a bridge across the river. The Mexicans actually pick people up over on the U.S. side on a rowboat and just take them across the river in a rowboat, and then you can walk over to the town of Boquillas, or they'll take you in a pickup truck, or you can ride a burro into Boquillas. Now, continuing on the road here, go to the Boquillas Overlook. I'm going to go there, which gives you a good wide view of the river. And then you go back up here to the end of the road is the Boquillas Canyon Trail, which is a hiking trail that goes up and alongside the canyon. The visitor center here is closed in the summer, which seems strange to me. There is somebody there, and I went in and asked them why they close in the summer, and they said because it gets 110 degrees here. It's just too hot to operate a visitor center. I said, don't you have air conditioning? They said yes, but that's just not enough. Right outside the visitor center here, they have this turtle and some information about it. And here they have this statue of a flathead catfish. How about that? Can you imagine catching a catfish that big? Wow. And here they have some various botanical things growing and descriptions on these plaques. And here they have a tramway bucket. Here's another bucket. They've got various cactus around here. And here they've got a drinking water faucet. But again, no washing or bathing. And it has a regular hose connection. That's what they need at the other one. But I think maybe they don't really want you taking up 20, 30, 40 gallons to fill up an RV's freshwater tank. I think that's why they don't have a regular connection on that one at the dump station. But I guess you could pull up your RV right in front of these garbage disposals and hook up to the water there. I don't know if they'd like it in the visitor center, but you can physically do it. Right outside the campground, they do have this dump station with the rinse water here, And then right over here is a freshwater fill station. This is interesting. The sign says, drinking water only. You can drink the water, but you can't wash or bathe in it. What the heck is that about? How could it be safe to drink, but not safe to bathe in? That is a mystery. And look at this. This is the hose where the water comes out. Somebody just clipped off the end of the hose. So filling up a RV's water tank, that's going to be quite a challenge. Then a quarter mile down from the visitor center is the village store, and they have various grocery items in there. So if you're desperate for something to eat, you can get some food in there, and if you're lucky, you can get a seat at the one and only picnic table. They also have diesel and gasoline pumps and an air station. And next to the store is a full hookup RV park that they say is a private operation, concessioner, that is operated as a concession agreement with the park. I think they've got about 25 spaces, and you make your reservations separately from the campground reservation system. Now, a little ways down the paved road here from the RV park is a picnic area, and also there is a hiking trail here that goes to the hot springs, that you can actually hike to it instead of driving to it. Now, there is nobody here but me, and one thing that just amazes me, they've got this sign that says, to prevent COVID-19, the Hot Springs Trail is closed until further notice. Now, maybe you're smarter than me and you can figure out why hiking through here would be a COVID-19 danger. I don't get it. Here is a stopping point, overlook point, with a really good view of the Rio Grande there. And oh, there's a camp on the Mexico side. Some Mexicans, I guess they're just, I don't know what they're doing. Really good view of the river here. Man, it looks so shallow now. Look at that. Really low. Well, this late in the year, I mean in the season it would be. And there's trinket vendors at some of these overlook points. The actual border crossing is further down from where we can see. And over here, you can see some buildings. That, I think, is part of the Mexican town of Boquillas. Another big building there. I think that's part of the town of Boquillas. Look at this. Wonder what that is. This is called Boquillas Canyon. It's a long canyon, one-sided canyon. And right in front of me here is some information on it. That's how it's formed. This is further down from that last overlook point. And this is a hiking trail that you can go on. That goes up there, climbs up the canyon wall. Here's the parking lot, and that white trail shows where it goes. Really close to the river right there. Somebody is camping in a tent right near the edge of the water. How about that? They do allow backcountry camping. You have to get a permit so they know you're going. So in case you don't get back, they go to look for you. Here's a different view of the river. There's the tent. That's all you can see from this point. Here's where the trail starts in the campground where I'm staying. This is the nature trail that's in the Rio Grande Village campground. We've got this boardwalk across a marshy wetlands area. After about 30 feet, you get a rest station. And after another 30 feet, you get another rest station. And another rest station over here after another 30 feet. So I'll walk across this section here. And you can see the water down here. That's why they have the boardwalk. Got these wetlands. Oh, and that's like a big pond out there. Yeah, it's really nice that they've built this boardwalk for us. A little seagull duck swimming on the pond. Here's some shots from the nature trail that's in the campground. I've climbed up the hill a bit, so there's a far off view of the pond and the boardwalk. The Mexicans walk or ride a horse across the river and sell their wares. And there's a few places where they just leave their stuff sitting here with a sign like this and a little bottle to put your money in, and just leave it there. I don't know how often they come back to pick up their money and their stuff. I bet if some kids came by, they'd get a little extra allowance right there. Got like snakes and a cactus, can cozies, things like that. Just sitting here. Now I'm in the park's regular campground, and at the entrance to the park there's a sign that says campground full, which seems to be a permanent sign. At most national parks they just put up a permanent sign that says campground full. I have noticed that. This looks pretty typical, where it says campground full, but you look around and it looks like they're at about a 10 to 15% capacity. Look at all these vacant spaces. How you like this bus conversion? It's called the Octobus. How about that? When I reserved my campsite online, it said this is the only one that was available. And it said that the space was 50 feet long. Well, it is. However, I can barely get in because with these low-hanging branches, this is as far back as I can get. I almost hit that box. So it doesn't do any good to have a long campsite if there's blockages from you getting into it. So I just barely got off of the roadway here. And again, look around. So many vacant spaces. Only a few campers. And each one of the campsites, none of them have any hookups, not even water. They have 3 things only: a picnic table, a barbecue grill, and a bear-safe food storage compartment, which of course is only good for tent campers. And it seems to me like the National Park Service is mandating these bear-proof food containers, even if there's no bear within 1,000 miles. That's what they choose to spend their money on. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below. Good day, folks.